I'm supposed to be doing God's work out here.
Yeah.
Here I am spending $30 on freaking nails.
When you live in a place with trails as abundant as the west coast of BC, it's easy to take them and their access for granted. In Squamish alone, there are over 500 bike trails. We'd be silly not to mention the enormous effort from all the local communities, the local government as well, businesses, and even companies donating machinery just to get these trails built. Today, I'm lucky enough to see what it's like to be a trail builder here in Squamish, and we've got some builders behind me, Ben Hagar and old man Dave Reed from Sorka. If you don't have a trail association where you live, maybe it's time to start one. Let's dig in. There's a lot of action going on over there. What is Dave doing with the chainsaw?
Yeah, so Dave's over there on the chainsaw catching a bunch of rounds for us, so we'll get them about chainsaw length, and then we'll split them into beautiful boards.
To replace this bridge, which is, I think we're guessing around 10 years old. Hard to say. This trail's older than 10 years old, so yeah, they've been around for a while.
Comes out super easy.
Oh, we can clear the old trap here. The old rat's nest. Oh yeah, that should be good. Watch the legs.
Yeah, yep. And then you just have to go around all the knots and stuff. And
okay. We're removing the bark on this cedar plank here because the bark and everything is just holding in the moisture onto the log, which can then make things rot quicker. It's also a good place for fungus, insects, all those things to kind of attack the wood underneath. So the more kind of yucky bark here that we remove, the more chance this wood's gonna have a longer life as a dead piece of wood in a bridge. What's the deal with the plastic wedge? Is it just like it lasts longer? Or?
Plastic, so these are falling wedges. So basically when you have a tree and you need it to go a certain way, or like a stump or whatever, you can drive a plastic wedge in, and if you really have to, you can cut the wedge.
Oh.
So you couldn't do that with a metal wedge,
right,
but you can do that with plastic wedges.
So what we've done here, Ben told me, is we've kind of measured how thick we want this pit of slat here. It's about 2 inches. So we're just going to score it all the way across, and then we'll start to get the wedges in there. And because it's just nice, beautiful, perfect chunk of cedar here, it's just gonna split like a dream.
Okay, so you should be able to get a wedge in.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So yeah, use the metal one.
It cracked.
Yeah, so you can do a metal one right here, and that'll lift this whole part up.
Sweet.
And then just start working all the wedges kind of at the same time.
A little bit more.
Yeah, so it all comes off in one even like, pop.
Oh, that's a good noise.
That was the pop. You should
Pop.
just peel it now.
Oh, baby. How gratifying.
Yeah.
And so when you're riding a bridge, oftentimes you know that slat you whip on? It's because the trail builder put it down grain flat instead of grain up. Yeah, grain up is like grain vertical. It's the only thing that saves us from eating it.
Yeah. You can tell how much your trail builder loves you.
Yeah.
By how they put the grain.
We call that popcorn cedar. You saw when you got halfway through it, just kind of out. It's the popcorn effect. You're always like, oh, I like this one.
Okay, exciting things are happening. We have ripped out the old bridge. We made brand new, beautiful planks. I did strip these logs of their bark, which I'm very proud of. But this is where the excitement happens. We're actually building up now. We're not taking stuff down. So the next step here is we're gonna put some notches in the lower logs. So the circular logs can just sit into there. And then once they're happy and set, probably, I would assume we nail it all together. Put the planks on. Bada bing, bada boom. That one's like a little knotty. That one's a little less knotty.
Yeah, I'd probably keep the side up.
Okay. part of the dig, just finding the materials, especially rocks. Squamish isn't known for, that's a lie, it is definitely known for slabs, but not rocks, so we're working hard. We're getting somewhere though. Stealing Dave's glory. He did the hard part of finding the rocks. I just carry them.
If you know what golden dirt looks like versus the other stuff, we call it loam, but we got everything wrong. If you can find that dirt that looks like that right there,
oh yes,
and cover just armoring stones. Every year we create armoring and it looks awesome. And what happens is the armoring stones start showing, and we as riders don't necessarily love riding on armoring stones, so we start incising on the sides. So if you can put dirt back on them, riders are going to start using what you want instead of opening up the sides, which would be great.
So why do you build trails?
I'm hyperactive, I'm imaginative, and I should go out in the woods to kind of blow off steam. And I OCD. At night I think about like a bridge and like, oh, I really got to work on that, I really got to work on that, I really got to work on that, which is just a personality trait. So.
What I love about trail building is the fact that I get to give back to the community that I'm so passionate about. I just love being out in the forest and utilizing the creative side of it, where you get to work with the terrain, using the natural landscape, and create this beautiful entity that everybody gets to enjoy.
So now that you see how hard it is to build new trails, maintain old ones, maybe you'll send these guys some loving thoughts on your next trail ride. And if digging in the dirt isn't for you, then fair enough. Not everybody is able to or legitimately has the time. But what you can do instead is donate to your local trail clubs and associations, because every little bit helps. So dig in, literally or figuratively, and give back to the trails that do so much for you.